Okay, so today we're going to talk about the interior of the Earth and what is actually down there. So first of all, reminders, pause the video when you need to, look out for test question alerts, and write down all highlighted vocabulary terms. There are quite a few of them in this, so be ready for that. So first of all, our objectives, we're going to explain how scientists gather information about the interior of the Earth, and we're going to describe the characteristics of the crust, mantle, and core. So first of all, how do scientists gather information about the inside of the Earth? Well, they use two things, rock samples and seismic waves. Rock samples give geologists clues about conditions deep inside the Earth. A lot of the times volcanoes will blast rocks to the surface, and scientists can use those to figure out what's underneath our feet. The second is seismic waves. Seismic waves are waves that travel through Earth during an earthquake, or when a plate moves, or when you stomp your foot. I mean, that one's kind of minor, but it's still a seismic wave. And the speed of the waves and the path they take give us clues about the inside of our planet. And as you're going to find out as we go through our little experiment in the next couple of days, seismic wave speeds change drastically depending on what it's going through. So our first layer is the crust. The crust is the layer of rock that forms the outer portion of the Earth. It includes both the dry land and the ocean floor. And there are two types of crust, and right now I just want you to know what they are. We're going to go into more detail when we talk more about earthquakes and plate tectonics. And those are continental crust and oceanic crust. Then we have the mantle. The mantle is the layer of hot rock just below the crust, and it's divided into two parts. The first one is the lithosphere, which is the uppermost layer of the mantle, which is composed of the brittle rock. A lot of scientists will actually include this as part of the crust. And then the asthenosphere, which is the softer layer of metal, which is definitely hotter and under more pressure, and most of the time it's pretty liquid. And then we have the core. The core is the inner center of the Earth, and just like the mantle, it has two parts. We have the inner ore, which is solid metal, mostly iron, and the outer core, which is a layer of mostly metal that's also mostly iron and molten metal. It's molten. And there's also evidence to suggest that the core has oxygen, sulfur, and silicon. And that's all I have for you today.